Welcome to class. Another episode of Ask the Teacher. We are here to answer your questions. We are here to help our young people find answers that might not be found anywhere else because of the lies that are all over. And this day we have a question. Okay. Wow. All right. My parents died last holiday. No relative wants to live with us. They keep tossing us to and fro from one home to the other. What shall we do? This question comes from an orphan child. And their concern is that their parents passed off the other holiday. So this is the first holiday they are home without their parents. And so I can guess they are not even in their house. And they are saying among the pool of relatives, none of those relatives wants to take them in. So they keep tossing them from one place to the other. Being an orphan is one of the hardest things that can happen to a young person. The other hard thing that happens to young people is when their parents separate or divorce, when the family is dysfunctional. But when the parent dies, it is a completely different ball game. The concern of this child is that the relatives are not taking responsibility. They are throwing them like a ball to each other. And the child is asking, what should I do? Allow me to address this from this end and say, number one is that God has a very special place in his heart for orphans. Actually, the psalmist writes in one of the psalms and says, Father of the fatherless and defender of the widows is God in his holy habitation. To the young man or the young lady asking this question, I want to say, once your father has died and your mother has died, you are now an orphan, you are fatherless. God identifies himself as your father. And so even in the whole of this confusion, you need to try and foster a closer relationship with God, because that will be your refuge. Number two, I will say, as they toss you back and forth, find it in your heart some resilience to survive. As long as you can have clothing and you can have food and you can have shelter, because it's just a few years and you'll be done with school and you can be able to settle. It is not easy, but it is doable. Number three, I would want to say, if there is an older person in your vicinity, maybe your teacher, maybe your pastor, or somebody else in your vicinity that you can talk to about your concern, close-ledge, kindly do so. Get help. And I want to say to all of us out here, God has a special place in his heart for orphans, and God hurts when orphans hurt. And God is concerned about them. So to the church, to the community, to the families, if in your circles there are orphans, you are God's hands, you are God's feet, you are God's mouthpiece in that situation. Reach out, help the orphans. And you know, in the NGO world, one of the best funded areas is orphans and vulnerable children. But yet we have people who eat that money and it never gets to the orphans. Stop doing that, because God will come for your neck. And I want to encourage this young person to reach out. You can also reach out to us with the numbers that is on your screen. Reach out to us. Let's talk about this. But I want to say this to you, young person. God is concerned about you. He has your future in his hands, and he will take you through this. And to those people in that family, if you can hear me, or any other family that has an orphan and you are tossing them to and fro, stop doing it. God will hold you accountable. And to the rest of the community, let us have the same heart that God has for orphans. Let's hold them. That's what the teacher has to say.